This is the ORA Good Cat, a brand new EV from the ORA brand, which comes from a Chinese manufacturer called Great Wall Motors. Today, I'm going to share with you an exterior and interior tour of this EV, which looks really cute. I'll showcase the driving and charging experience and give you a final verdict on who should get this car. Click subscribe to stay updated to more videos on EVs. Come closer and take a look. This car costs 156,000 Sing dollars inclusive of Cat A COE. COE prices have been in record high last year. Hopefully we see them trending down this year, which means cars like this can start being a little bit more affordable. This car comes with a 63 kilowatt hour battery, the long range version in international markets, which means we have 420 kilometers of range. This is pretty decent. In my 2 days of driving this car, I've got about real world range around 380, 390 kilometers. Not bad. This is a good city car. So let's talk a little bit about design. Front here you can see it's a very Porsche inspired design because the chief designer for ORA comes from Porsche. Here you get their logo. It looks like a black and white exclamation mark. That's their brand. There are 4 cameras on this car. There's one down here, right above the car plate. And in Singapore, this brand ORA is distributed by Cycle and Carriage Singapore. So thank you so much to the Cycle and Carriage team for allowing me to test drive this car this week. Join me to the sides. When you look at the slides over here, as you pan back and when you turn on the car, the lights come to life. Very nice design. Towards the side, we get 18-inch wheels. So they are fun size wheels. And here, you see the other 2 side cameras below the side mirrors. Later, we'll showcase that there is a sunroof above, so this roof opens. We'll spend more time when we're inside the car. This is the rear of the ORA Good Cat. Behind, you can see GWM, which is the brand for the Chinese manufacturer Great Wall Motors. ORA is the dedicated EV brand. They have a few more models of EVs in China. Hopefully they release them in Southeast Asia soon. The last camera is here, above the rear car plate. To open the trunk, you can press this button here, or if your hands are full with things to carry, there's a footwell sensor, which doesn't work right now. It's like Murphy's Law. You want it to work, it doesn't work. Like that. So, it works most of the time. Come in over here. You can see we've got 2 backpacks over here. This trunk is 228 liters, pretty decent size, but it's half the size of most large sedans, most large SUVs. And it goes in a bit deeper. So if you have luggage, you got to lift it up. Now, one thing to watch out for is because the back is quite thick and the space, it looks more like a triangle shape. So if you try to fit things that are more boxy, like a big box, it may not always cover and fit. So there's one consideration when you're trying to carry a lot of things. So this car is good for city driving, maybe short road trips, but for longer road trips, you may want a bigger car. You can remove this part. The back seats, 40, 60, can be folded down, and you can add more items inside storage. Now to close it, we just press this button. Or you can also use the footwell sensor, whichever you choose to. So you try again, yeah? 2 hands, use the footwell sensor. Ta-da! Does it close? The consistency is really important. The Polestar 2 has this as well. It works this time. Okay, let's go to the side. Don't want to jinx it while it works. The charge ports are here in the front left. We have AC chargers up to 11 kilowatts. We got DC chargers up to 67 kilowatts. 67 is pretty good for city use. For long road trips where you need to charge quickly, that may be something to be mindful of. Because 67 kilowatts means if you're around 20-30% state of charge, it may take you an hour to fully charge a car before you can go. But if you have a car with a much faster DC charger, let's say the Hyundai Ioniq 5 or the Kia EV6 can go up to 350 kilowatts. You can fully charge or go up to 80% within 10 minutes. So that's something to consider for long road trips. Now when we talk about chargers, people ask, do we have enough chargers in Singapore? My answer is yes. We have almost 5,000 charging points in Singapore. We are here in East Coast Park. And you can see, right outside McDonald's, there are 4 of these CDG NG chargers. These, when you see these chargers AC 22, it means that the max kilowatt speed is 22. So our AC charger for the ORA Good Cat is 11. That means even if you plug this in into your car, the Type 2 charger, you will get a max of 11 kilowatts only, which is okay. It lasts you charge for a few hours if you're in office or if you're in a mall. And throughout East Coast Park, you see more and more of these chargers, and it's okay for chargers to be open air. Very hard to get electrocuted even if it rains. I'm still here. Now that we've seen the exterior of the car, we will do an interior tour. Now the first thing I want to show you before we go inside is to show you what's in front, because this car does not have a frunk. So to open the frunk, there's a latch down here. I pull it once. Let's go in front and see what this car has. So there's another latch down here for safety. So we open this. Here you see the motto. This is a front wheel drive EV, and all the other different parts of the car. Hopefully in the future they make it better. It uses less space. You can put a proper frunk, so I can put my backpacks, my food. I love using the frunk for road trips. To keep this open, there is a old school hook here. Just plug it in over here, like so. And when you want to close it, just latch it back and use gravity to let it go. That's it. Now I'm going to see you in the front seat to give you an interior tour. Welcome to the interior of the ORA Good Cat. The first thing you will notice is this beautiful two-tone interior. You can see a dark brown above, very premium feeling material, and a lighter color below. These are plastics, good, simple plastics. There come two versions of interior. There's a two tones like this, or there's a full black one. I think this looks a lot more handsome. Now here, there's like these retro looking buttons. Some people say they're inspired by the Mini Cooper. You've got your demister, your AC control, on off. The good thing in this car is you don't have to use the on off button. You can see the moment we came in, the aircon's already on. And I can just drive and leave the car without turning it off as well. I love this. Thank you so much, ORA team. This is one of my top asks for many EVs at test drive. Here, you get two 10.25-inch screens. This is for your infotainment, to play music. There is no built-in navigation yet on the ORA software. However, it does have wireless Apple CarPlay and also Android Auto. Here on the right, you get the instrument panel. You can see your state of charge. We are slightly above 50% state of charge with 184 km remaining. You've got your drive modes, and there are actually a few different drive modes. So the button for the drive modes are not easy for the driver to see. So let me show you how it looks like from my vantage point. So when you look from a driver's standpoint, the place to see the drive mode is down here, over here. So it's harder to click these buttons when I'm driving. You can see up here like that. So when I click these buttons, you'll hear the 4 different drive mode. Sport, Eco, Auto, and what I use, Normal. Then there's the button to open the trunk here. This is turn off the power. Another pedal that I cannot see when in the driver's point of view is this one over here. This one here turns on the adaptive cruise control. So the cruise control, when I press it towards me, it will turn on. So it's kind of like Tesla autopilot. You'll follow the speed of the cars in front of you. You'll try to stay in the lane. You pull it away from me to turn it off. The turn signals are here on the left stop, left turn, and then right turn. Now, when you make a left or right turn, the stock stays in the same position. So to change back to the non-turn, you have to lightly press the other direction. So that's just a small learning curve for this car. There are a few buttons here. Media controls on the left of the steering wheel. Here you control the menu of the car. These two are shortcut buttons. So the left one will show the 360-degree cam, which is amazing. And they also have an invisible car mode. So as the car drives, the cameras fill up the space here. Freaking cool. And then the right shortcut button is for aircon shortcut. The software, I think, has a lot of improvement to do. I know the ORA team is working very hard to improve the software, so hopefully more of that comes soon. You can also connect your own Bluetooth to play your own music on your phone. Here in the middle, we get one wireless charger for your phone. Then here you got your gear shift. If you want to change gear, you put your foot on the brake and then you turn right for drive, left for reverse. When you're on reverse, you will see that the 360-degree cam comes back. And when you want to park, you just press P. That's it. There are 2 USB-A chargers here. I hope that ORA can bring USB-C for future versions. And there are 2 cup holders here. Now the challenge of the cup holders, imagine I'm driving right now and I've got a small latte. I have to reach down to get my small latte. So it'll be more ergonomic if the cup holder, so instead of here, be here. So hopefully in future version, if this whole thing can be moved nearer the steering wheel, we can use this space instead for cup holders. Let me know what you think. The design is great in front. Let's take a look at the back. Before that, you will see what we talked about earlier on top, the sunroof. There are two buttons to control the sunroof. This left button here would open and close the shade. So if it's a very sunny day, you can fully close the shade. When you want to enjoy a bit of the sky or see the stars, you push this button again. And you want to get some fresh air, the button on the right would fully open, revealing nature to us. This is the max extension you can get. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to leave this open first because I want you to see what it looks like for the rear passengers. See you behind. Welcome to the rear seats of the ORA Good Cat. Beautiful, luxurious design. Every passenger who sat in this car the past 2 days loved the interior and the design. There are cup holders here, 2 cup holders, and 1 USB-A port over here, which I hope will be USB-C in the future. One thing you do not see in the rear of the car are aircon vents. So you rely on the aircon vents in the middle to blow cool air towards the passengers behind. Now for the passengers behind, you will not enjoy as much of the sunroof compared to the front 2 passengers. Why? If you look at it from rear passengers' vantage, this part here is what we see. Hopefully in the future, the ORA team has a way to just extend, make the sunroof a bit longer and a bit wider. That would be nice. It is comfortable and spacious here. Because it's an EV, there isn't really a transmission tunnel. It is just batteries below. This is a very, very good looking car. A lot of friends have said, if I didn't tell you the brand or the price of this car, most people will think this is a BMW or Mercedes. It's pretty cool, right? Now the target audience for this car is going to be mostly female target audience. People who like to buy the Mini Cooper or maybe a Volkswagen Beetle, that kind of target audience. Now let's go in front, we'll check out the driving experience as we navigate to another nearby EV charger. We're back in the front seats of the ORA Good Cat. Now, right now in Singapore, you can only use the car remote to lock, unlock and open the trunk of the car. There isn't app access yet. So may I ask to the ORA team, please bring app access to this car because I'd say this is standard for most modern EVs right now. And with app access, what's very important for us here in Singapore is the ability to turn on the aircon before we come into the car, especially if we park our cars outdoor in a sunny day. Okay, here we are. Now there is no built-in navigation in the car's computer, so I will still use my iPhone and we're going to navigate to an SP charger. Now some of us, we work in CBD, we're wondering, can I find chargers conveniently in town? Let's go to UOB Plaza because I know there's a charger in UOB Plaza over here. So you click on UOB Plaza 1 and you can see that there are 4 AC22 chargers. Now we can only charge up to 11, but it's still good enough. So I click on this. I'm happy to pay the 60 cents rate. It's in B3 car park. I click on directions. I open Google Maps and it'll take us 16 minutes to get there. We're going from east to west to central. Now here, a lot of you have been asking, what is this? This is my Signet MagSafe wireless phone charger. I use it because it is easy to just magnetically clip on. Any modern iPhone or Android phone can use this. There's a wire here that connects down here so that I can charge my phone as I'm using my phone. That's it, really simple. Okay, so 15-minute drive. Now let's talk about driving experience. So how do we start off the car? Gear shift to the right, my foot's on the brake. Now this car does have single pedal driving, however, there's 3 levels of regen. So the driving and the braking experience is something that I hope the team will continue to refine over time. So as we're ready to go, I'll release accelerator and turn signals on the left. So you can see the 360-degree cam is really cool. Very, very good for a car this price range, 156k Sing dollars. It's an EV, it is quiet. The turn signals are louder though. It would be nice to have a Joe mode, like what some brands have, where the turn signal sounds are not so loud. This car's acceleration is 0 to 100 km per hour in around 8 seconds. I think you use sport mode, you'll get there. So you won't really feel so much of a kick. It's very good for normal city driving. You will hear some road noise as you get to the highway, but right now in like normal smaller roads, smooth, quiet, easy. The steering is light, so you won't really feel as connected to the road compared to other EVs that you drive. The brakes will also take some adjustment too, because even though the EV drivers were used to feathering the brake, for this one sometimes it can be a bit more sensitive, or you got to press a bit harder for the car to really stop. Now as you notice how silent this car is, even though this car is very small from the outside, you can see that the interior is very spacious. Every passenger who sat in this car with me said actually it's quite spacious, especially from the rear. So our expectation of this fun-sized ORA Good Cat and what it actually is pretty comfortable for small road trips, small families. Okay, here we are getting to the highway. So you start seeing more cars in the instrument panel. So that was the blind spot indicator. It'll let you know, it'll chime when a car's in your blind spot. So you see, the yellow means there's a car in your blind spot. As I go into the center lane, you'll start seeing more cars appear on the user interface. So it looks a bit like the Tesla autopilot visualization. The car has a lot of chimes, so that's something you'll have to get used to. You can probably turn off or disable some of the chimes in settings. So right now we're just going straight for another 5 kilometers. We're heading towards city. You get a beautiful view of Singapore. And just listen, just pay attention to the road noise. You will definitely hear the road. It is comfortable, so even when we drive faster or through rougher roads, the car feels like comfortable experience. So good suspension. I push this forward towards me. Now we're on adaptive cruise control. That means you will try to maintain the speed according to the speed limit. Stay within the lane. My foot is not on the accelerator now. For gradual turns like this, it's turning. But then for sharper turns, you just have to be more careful. I may have to take over. Adaptive cruise control, not bad. A lot of people say that it's actually pretty good for this car. Get an iconic view of Marina Bay and Marina Bay Sands and the Singapore Flyer on our left. This is a beautiful stretch of road. Here on the ORA Good Cat, beautiful day. Like you can see in a sharper turn, I'm taking over the turning because it didn't seem to be very confident in making the turn, and that's okay. Every company is improving their software stack. Now, nowadays for cars, the hardware is good enough. This car has a 5-star safety rating. If you watch the crash test videos, this car does a very impressive job given the size of the car and the fact that people don't really know the ORA brand. It's got to build a lot of trust. What it needs to do better is continue to refine the software, make the user interface more modern. And there you go, that's a Mini Cooper. That's the fun-size ICE car. This is the EV version. However, this car definitely has a lot more interior space than the Mini Cooper. It is also wider and taller. On the right is UOB Plaza. I used to work in this building for a few years when I was a headhunter, and we make our way down. So you can see the sign above, EV charging stations at B3, the green sign on the top left. I'm going to head down here. That is the proximity sensor, so it chimes. Again, there should be an option to reduce the volume of the sounds. To do that, it'll be a more comfortable drive, especially as you get into narrow car parks. There you go, you see the green pillars there with the words EV. That's where we are going to charge our cars. And I think you see a BMW iX over there, which is a very big EV. So I'm going to park in the... Now, so my charge port is in the front left. So there's something to think about on how you position your EV. Usually I reverse park, but now for this car, I'm going to go head in because I don't know whether it's long enough to reach my front port. Let's try. Let's reverse park and try and see how it goes. Okay, I'll park in the center bay. So you can see that the 360-degree cams are very helpful. Okay. Okay, so here we are. We go to park. Now again, when I exit the car, I don't have to press on or off. I just leave the car. Let me show you how to charge this car. Now you can see another EV on another side. Welcome to the SP charging station here in UOB Plaza. Our first step is to take the charging cable from this AC22. We bring it to our car's charge spot. Moment of truth. Is this long enough? Just nice. Just nice. Okay, so we open the AC charging flap and we push this in. Now in the future, if the car manufacturers can move this flap to open upwards, we wouldn't need this because these on top can provide natural cover from the rain. So we have this here, step 2. We get our charging app, go to SP group, I click to scan the QR code over here. And when you're ready, you're happy with the price you pay, 60 cents, we click start charging. It will take up to 30 seconds for charging to begin. And these are the slow chargers, which is good because if you're in office for a couple of hours, you don't want it to charge too quickly. Now follow me to this side and I'll show you what the charging looks like. That's another reason why the ORA team should provide an app, because with an app you can see the state of charge remotely, especially if you're in office. Right now, the way we see the state of charge is over here. So you can see this button here, so I think it's showing that it's charging. What I don't see is the time remaining to fully charge the car. So my ask to the ORA team, please show us time remaining to charge. That is a standard feature for most EVs. I think that'll be very helpful, especially since we don't yet have app access. Okay, so you can see again here in the SP app, we are charging. I'll be back here in a few hours. Now, follow me as I just share a final verdict about the ORA Good Cat. You can see in Singapore, there's a whole range of EVs. There's also like commercial van EVs right now. Now to turn off the car, I just have to take off the car keys. And then just lock the car. And that's it. So easy, no on-off button. So that's one of the pros of the ORA Good Cat. You don't have to press the on-off. It is simple, and it just works, and the design is lovely. Another good thing about this car is that at a price point of 156,000 Sing dollars, it's something that makes a lot of people consider. It is one of the more affordable EVs in Singapore today. Most people will be comparing the ORA Good Cat to the BYD Dolphin, which again starts at around 140,000 Sing dollars, or the BYD Atto 3, which starts at around 150,000 Sing dollars. So the challenge for the Good Cat is that BYD is a more established brand. They have higher volume and longer time in markets like Singapore. ORA is a new brand in the market. They're trying to build their reputation, so it will take some time to build trust. And buyers will fairly want to do more research, be a bit more skeptical before taking the plunge in the car like this. The target audience for this car, again, to me, is more feminine. It does have a very nice feminine city look. What can this car do better? There are many good things about this car. App access, that'll be number 1. Please give us our ORA app, latest by next year. The second thing you can do better is to give us a better braking and driving experience, make it more refined, easier to drive. And the third thing, the range is very good already. If there are more ways to continue enhancing the range, that'll be nice, especially for longer road trips. Another thing to watch out for is that the storage space you saw behind is just 228 liters. So you're not going to be able to put a lot of big luggage if you're going on big family trips. And there are no frunk in this car yet. Now to be fair, the BYD Dolphin doesn't have a frunk in front as well. The Atto 3 does not have a frunk in front as well. I think if you're considering EVs at the price point below 160,000 Sing dollars, give this car a test drive. Design is great, the interior, everyone loves it. The driving experience is decent. Let me know what you think down in the comments about this car. If you found this video useful, please click the like button, hit subscribe to stay updated to more videos on EVs. Thank you so much again to the Cycle and Carriage Singapore team for the chance to try out the ORA Good Cat.